My mother was the strongest person I ever knew. She worked 2 jobs to keep us fed, spent sleepless nights helping me with homework, and always managed to smile, even when the weight of the world was crushing her. But cancer doesn't care about strength. It eats away quietly until there's nothing left. It started with a cough. "Just a cold," she'd say, brushing it off. Then came the weight loss, the fatigue, and finally the day she collapsed in our tiny kitchen, a pan of scrambled eggs burning on the stove. I still remember the smell, charred eggs and fear. The doctors said it was stage 4. Aggressive, they told us, as if the word could ever capture what it felt like to watch your whole world shrink into a single hospital bed. I spent every day there, skipping school, just sitting by her side. She hated that. "Baby, you need to study," she whispered, her voice barely a breath. "I don't want you to throw your future away." But how could I think of the future when I could see her slipping away in front of me? I brought my textbooks to her room, pretending to read but only staring blankly at the pages, listening to the steady beep of the machines. Money ran out fast. The landlord wasn't patient. The eviction notice came the same day my mother lost her hair. I moved our things into a storage unit, sleeping there on a pile of clothes when the nurses would kick me out at night. I lied to her, of course. I told her I was staying with a friend, that everything was fine. She was dying. She didn't need to know that I was dying inside too. The night she went, it rained hard, the kind of storm that feels like the sky is grieving. I held her hand, skin thin and pale, feeling the pulse weaken. "I'm scared," I admitted, for the first time since it all began. Her eyes fluttered open, cloudy but still full of that stubborn love. "Don't be," she said, forcing a smile. "I'll always be with you." And then, silence. I remember screaming. I remember begging her to come back, shaking her, hoping that somehow my love could make her heart beat again. The nurse pulled me away and I fought so hard that they had to hold me down. I walked out into the rain and didn't stop. I wandered until my legs gave out. I had no home, no family, just a bag of clothes and the echo of her last words. Grief doesn't just break you, it rebuilds you into someone you don't recognize. I spent years angry, lost, sleeping in shelters, dropping out of school. But then one day, I found a notebook in my old storage box. Her handwriting covered every page. "I'm writing this for you, for when I'm gone. Don't give up. You are my greatest joy. Live, because I couldn't. I'm not okay." I still wake up, expecting to hear her humming in the kitchen. I still flinch when I see mothers and their kids laughing in the park. But I'm trying. I got a job, went back to school, and each day I fight to become the person she believed I could be. Love doesn't die when a person does. It stays, raw, aching, and beautiful, pushing you forward when you can't even stand. You will never know the value of your mom until you lose her. If God blesses you, please take good care of your mom and also your dad. They don't have to ask you before you give to them.